let's get to our girl. All right, girl. I have been feeling your energy, but lately you have felt a little dormant. Meaning, it's been feeling like she knows, like she can't have her hands in too many things, you know? Because there are plans for her to be the leader. Or, to run and be the leader. She's not going to just assume the position. Let me not say it that way. She's not just going to, she's not going to want to just be president. She's going to want the people to want her. Yeah, she is trying to stay out of sight. Her thing has wrapped up. Her tour. I think she's going to London or something in January or something. She's just been a quiet hum, whereas earlier this year, I felt the buzz. I felt the energy. I felt the getting things together. And this book tour has been very strategic, extremely strategic. So let's get into her energy. Yep, we're talking about her. We're talking about our girl. You know what? I don't want to do the light seers because then the light seers takes me longer. Okay. We were talking about our girl. It just fell out and I say yes. So let's go to the light seers deck. All right. So we're going to read from the Light Seers Tarot. It is not a beginner's deck. There are no words on it, but it is gorgeous. Y'all see that? Gorgeous. They do tell stronger pictures. I'm just not that confident in tarot reading because I'm not a tarot reader. I'm a storyteller. So I will be going to the training book. It's a nice book, by the way. Nice size book. But it feels like she needs something light. And as we just read that deck and it was really heavy, it's like she needs a lighter deck. So let's go. I need my bell. I keep forgetting to get a bell. All right, so let's get the energy. Ooh, King of Swords. Let's just get the reading out and then we'll go over what it is. King of Swords. Basically. Is this clarifying that for me? It is. Okay. So clarifying the King of Swords is the Seven of Swords. Is the Three of Wands. Oh, is the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. They are beyond beautiful, Jaybird. I'm actually going to pull a couple cards for her because I feel like I need to. And you know what's interesting too? It ended in Miami, right? Which I'm so mad I had to miss because who had that money? But around the same time was the whole Witkoff and Kushner stuff. Same time, Miami. Okay, and then Ten of Wands. All right, so this is the clarification. Okay. All right, I'm going to give y'all what I'm picking up right now, and then we'll go to the book later. Oh, okay, girl. All right, so we're reading about Lady K, Lotus. Okay, so we're reading the energy of her. This is the Ten of Swords. Now, I know in the Rider deck, the Ten of Swords is the leader, like leadership card, right? And swords are mental things. Here, in the upright, he feels very confident, very assured, very knowledgeable, very sage-ish, right? But in the reverse, like, that's missing. That is something, I won't even say opposite to it. On one hand, it is speaking to the quietness that we talked about a little bit earlier. But on another hand, it's still like, I think she's feeling like we are feeling, like what's going to be here when this is done? You know, like what's going to be here when this is done? What's going to be here? What's going to be left to pick up? And how will we fix this? So that seems to be this here. And it's interesting because they have here, it says tendencies to over control, which I can get. I can get that from her. Showing off your intelligence, I can get, because I told you so, right? Like, she does want to say that. It's using knowledge to take advantage of others. And I do think that's where just Democrats fail in general, is because a lot of us are very quote unquote educated, and I say quote unquote because oh, listen, the crazy thing is I've been feeling her the entire time until like now. Okay. But the Seven of Swords has her working kind of covertly here. And I love that these are swords and swords and swords, because this is that mental stuff. And so even though she's sitting in that a little bit about, and honestly, I think that's her flaw. Her flaw is being intelligent. Her flaw is being able to see everything that's happening, right? She does deserve to say, I told you so. But the way this country works is they don't want to hear it, especially not from a Black Asian woman who they effed up. That would mean like having to say, I'm sorry, right? But the Seven of Swords in the upright also means deception and betrayal. And so this is like what she had been dealing with. However, it also means being grateful and being strategic. And so I think she's grateful for this moment. Because one, it did prove her right, but two, it also showed her I just had the words and it went away. It showed her she didn't know how deep it went. You know, like she was very up on, because child sex trafficking and all that stuff, that's her jam. Like that's what she used to do as a prosecutor and whatnot. And she talks about that. And so I know there's that part of it that she was aware of. I mean, everybody knew what Mandarin was into. That's the crazy thing, is everybody knew this. Like, we didn't have to be here. Everybody knew this. But I think there's some gratitude here too, is because one, a lot of us are still fighting for her, but two, it's like she doesn't have to prove anything anymore. Like, hey, Leah, it proves itself for her. Like, it proves itself. Yes, we all got to see how bad it is, because I still maintain, oh, I'm getting goosebumps. I still maintain that we would have been dealing with a civil war had she won. You know, had she been declared what she really was, we would have still had these tantrums. We would have had something worse than J6. Let's put it that way. But here's the thing. She's waiting for her waves. She's waiting for them, and they are coming. See, and it's crazy, Suze. Like, you're talking about how like people knew that she, and this is the other thing too. Somebody pointed out, they were like, if she was terrible, why would they keep voting for her? If she was terrible, why would they vote for her to go from this one to this one to this one? You know, like, why would they have kept voting? Why would they have kept her in California if she was so terrible? You know, it's not the same thing as like, say, Abbott, for instance. Like, a lot, I don't know. It's just, That's where being intelligent is crazy, right? See, you voted for her for everything in Cali. And this is a Cali girl thing right here, right? So it's like she's waiting for her waves and they are going to come. And this feels like twilight. So this feels like it's coming, or dawnbreak. Like, it feels like just that moment of transition is what it feels like. That it's a moment of transition. And if you notice, the stars are just as bright as the fire, as a flame, and her North Star is still there. So she's still she's still who she is. Okay. And this too, Eight of Swords, and the upright means that you are imprisoned. You're imprisoned by your mind. You're imprisoned by, your own limiting your beliefs. You're imprisoned by the messaging. You're imprisoned. But in the reverse, in the shadow, she's freer. She realizes that this is the illusion and this is the reality. And so I love that, because she's now on the outside and she's able to be free and do, and really just like, just see things from the outside. Right, exactly. Not perfect, but good. And that's the thing. We have to stop thinking Democrats are going to be perfect. They're not, because human beings are flawed at the base. There's a lot of people I disagree with. Oh, we got to read on Jeffrey, speaking of people we disagree with. But anyway, so then we got 10 of Wands. So she's honestly, foundationally, she's like sitting in a lot of shit. That's why I was like, that don't feel like it's enough. And then we get all this stuff with her. So she's sitting in a lot of it. And so this is the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands, you have, oh my gosh, you have like this traveler who is like burdened by all this stuff. Like, she has a beast of burden. She's like, going at it alone. And y'all, that's literally what she had to do in the last 3 months or before the thing took off, right? And so this would have been that burdened card. Like, look at it. Like, she's like a vagabond. She's having find a beast of burden. It's carrying all her stuff, all the weight of the current, at the time, the current administration, the choices that were being made, the things that people were saying about her, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But this here is, and I'm looking at the word here. It says, this is a difficulty asking for help. This is the oppression of martyrdom. This is letting go of someone else's expectations of you. This is a need to stand up for yourself. That feels exactly how it was if you read her book, as we did. I think at the time, especially, like I said, I think like us, she's like, what's going to be here when it's done? What is, because listen, like if you think about when you have to move, right? When you have to move and you got to start packing up stuff, you don't realize how much you've accumulated. Oh man, I'm sorry. You don't realize how much you accumulated over the years, right? Oh, okay. How's that a challenge? Okay, I got the 9 of Cups, and I'm getting the 9 of Cups as her challenge. You know what that feels like? I hope no babies are up. This feels like a fuck it moment. Like, oh, I wish we could just be free and just say that. But I don't think she knows how to. And then on top of this, if you look at it, it also feels like she's underwater. So it's like having the treasure. This is such a challenge. It's like, because, cups are emotions. She definitely, I had to, because I definitely went in, I'll tell you that. And I didn't even run. So, but it also, hold on, I'm going to look this up because I need to, 1. And 2, okay, so in the upright, this is the universe gifting your desire. Exactly. Okay, so I'm right. The challenge is she won. The challenge is she couldn't accept it because it was taken from her. She was literally still underwater. Y'all see that? So like, even though there's the sun, even though there's this victory, even though there's this treasure, she's still underwater. That is so wild. To have won, to have gotten the presidency, and to have it taken away from you. Have I ever donated to anybody? I donated time. Okay, what is this? Past? Yes. Okay, so past, we're looking at Four of Wands and Queen of Wands. So in the past, she was such a manifester, bro. Anything she wanted, she went and she got. But in truth, she did too. Here as well. But I'm going to show you the cards because they're so gorgeous. But anything she wanted, she went and got. This is actually my significator. This is the card that I have. And now you feel her heartbreak. But look at, I feel her. Confusion's not the word. It's like suspension. Like, uncertainty. That's the word. All right. But this is her in the past. And so, like I said, she was such a manifester. She laughed and people hated her laugh. She was bold and people hated her boldness. She was passionate as hell. Some of y'all must be too young to have seen her when she was a senator. She used to eat them alive for breakfast. Okay? And the only reason she really lost to Biden is because people loved Obama. And they weren't ready for a female. Yeah, she did all the right things and it was stolen. And that had to be like absolutely heartbreaking. Now, the Four of Wands in the Rider-Waite, that's the one that we call the White House card. But here, this is that celebration, the abandonment, the gathering of souls, the house, the home. And this is all of that for her. So this was her past, is like when I tell you anything she wanted, she got. She was that kind of person. It did. For the first time, I think in a long time, if ever, she didn't get what she wanted. She did, but she didn't. You get what I'm saying? Nobody fought for her. Nobody supported her. Nobody, it's frustrating. And to have been this winner, to have been victorious, to have had all these such and such for Kamala, such and such for Kamala. Like, she had so many. I've never seen this before in my life. The way people galvanize. The minute Joe said, all right, it's going to be Kamala. And then the DC was like, okay, fine. It'll be Kamala. Everybody. Like, TikTok was like, there's white men for Kamala. There's white women for Kamala. There's Asians for Kamala. There's this for Kamala. There's that for Kamala. I'm like, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. People all of a sudden could breathe again. And so there was all of this. There was all this joy. There was all this manifestation. There was all this celebration. Her rallies were crazy. So she had all of that. And they stole it. It's just crazy. Oh my God. What is she sitting in now, though? What is she sitting in now, though? Oh my God. These cards are so beautiful, though. I hope y'all saw that. Exactly. I wish we could know the real numbers. This is where she is. Death or rebirth. Death or rebirth. Oh my God. I was in a club crying when Obama was doing his speech. Death or rebirth. I told y'all, this is how she feels. What's going to be here when it's done? And what part will I have in this? Look how amazing this card is. The death card would be scary, right? It should be. You see the sickle and everything. Wait, the sickle. But Amy, she realized we didn't. And that's when you could feel her energy come back in. But yeah, she was down for a good minute. And then to find out she wasn't support. Oh my God. But look at this. Even in the death, there's still this breakthrough. There's still all this light and stuff. But again, it's in the shadow, right? And so this feels just like what we were saying earlier, is that I don't know my place anymore. And that's exactly what it feels like, is I don't know my place anymore. It says in the reverse, this is mourning loss, which I can understand. It is that mortality. It's the end of hope. I don't think she's at the end. I just think she's in suspension. I think she's in the, what is this? You know, what is this? Where are we? What's going to happen? Because this is the card of transformation. And so it's a big question of, okay, what does this look like? What will this look like for me? And I guess we're about to learn that, right? So what is she about to learn? What is she about to learn? What are we about to learn? No, let's keep it about her. But what is she about to learn? I love how validating that was just now. Because I'm like, that's what it feels like. It's this uncertainty. She is us. You're right. You are so right. What are we about to learn? What are we about to learn? Oh! This is a good card. We about to learn victory, y'all. Do you see that? Not only do we have her back, we have her front. Not only that, she's learning how to let go, not to be so type A, not to be so anal, not to be so, I gotta achieve, I gotta achieve, I gotta achieve. She's learning how to let go and to be in her own spirituality, her own intuition, her own self. She's learning how to be by herself. Oh, she's learning. Oh, girl, that scared me. I was like, where are these hands coming from? Thank you, girl. This is beautiful. First of all, the card is, but this is beautiful. She's going to learn and we're going to learn. The sun never goes away. This is totally divine feminine. You are absolutely correct, Lisa. Ooh, girl. I was scared to see what card was coming out. I was. Because I was like, what we finna learn? Okay. So yes, this is joy. This is inspiration. This is success, abundance, fulfillment, creativity, positivity, love, manifesting, inner beauty, and that we said yes. Okay? We said yes. And those who said no is about to say hell yes. The sun never goes away. It never goes away. It's just some people get to experience a little bit of sun themselves first. But we said yes. We said yes, and we're still saying yes. Hell, we screaming hell yeah. Yes. Oh, you guys, the outcome. Guess what she's going to be? We are about to birth a new world, y'all. We're about to birth a new world. I'm crying. I'm literally tearing up. Oh my God. I was so scared to see what these cards look like. Oh, that's right. We did do a reading on her like 2 weeks ago or something. And hers were the only like, oh, I'm crying. Wow. And you know what, y'all? These last 3 cards were all major arcana. The Death or Rebirth card, the Sun card, and the Empress. Oh, look how beautiful. There is no us without her, and there is no her without us. We are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. This is Horton. Here's a Hugh. Here's a who. Oh my gosh. Oh, the tater. I missed the tater. Oh, Lord, that gave me tears. Oh, the divine feminine. Prolific creativity, fertility, motherhood, unity, the goddess. Sensuality, nurturing, abundance, empathy, unconditional love, and the unification of mind, body, and spirit. No, you said post? Post or comment? Wow. And the crazy thing, y'all, is she had no major arcana until that end. Until that end. Oh my gosh. I have goosies so bad. Mama. Oh, thank you, Becky. Oh no. I still had to go to the book, but this definitely was a hallelujah moment. Okay, hold on. What did you say? Ironically, take down by Huntrix. Oh, yeah. Okay. This beautiful deck. Oh, hold on. Is it even here? I don't know. They be yelling at me. Oh, let me add it. Let me see if I can add it. Take down, take down. Look, the takedown song came back in my head. Light Seers. I love this deck. This deck is so beautiful. It's just hard for me to read sometimes. Hold on. I think that's part of the deck they had took down when they said I did a violation that I didn't do. But let me see if I can find one that's free shipping. Oh, this one. Perfect. I'm going to add you. Okay, you should see it now in the shopping cart. This one's free shipping. So that was the Light Seers deck that we just used. I love these cards. And they're so sturdy. Whew, child. That was a scary reading at first because it didn't start out good. It started out the way that I really feel. But I'm looking forward to that. So hold on, hope, hold on, hope, hold on, hope. Whoop. Okay. Get out your head. Get out your head. Those 8 of Swords that she was trapped in. Get out your head. Get out your head. It's not the way it looks. I love these cards. Okay. Y'all see. Wait, hold on. I want to pull one of the Faces cards for her. And a message for us. This stuff is just saying, talk to me, talk to me. Okay, let me see what we got for her. Take down, shake down, baby. What message do we have for her? Ooh. She's out of it. She's coming out of it. This is Oshun of regret and shame, which is where she was, you know, like giving everything to us and stuff. So it's guilt, remorse, and self-loathing. But she's come out of it. It was in the shadow. She has come out of it. And 22. Why does 22 feel important? Oh, snap. Why does 22 feel important? You guys. Oshun of self-power, influence, openness, and emotional intelligence. Yes. Yes, Queen. Yes. Okay. Is that it for her? Yes. So, listen, like that card said in the previous one, that the light at the end of the tunnel, that's where we're at. That is where we are. What's the vibe for us, though? Because I feel like something's vibing for us. It is so gorgeous. Oh, my God. That is such a beautiful card. Those are the Faces of Oshun cards. What's the message for us? Because I feel like you have a message for us. Do you think you love me, Mary Jane? Okay. It feels like there's another one. There is. It's the same message we be getting. It's the same one that comes through all the time. That your dreams are never further than you can reach, right? But also, this is your time to step up and lead from your soul. Typo. But to lead from your soul. I told you. This is like, you have to be prepared to live your life. There is no, we got to get through this first. Because then when we're through it, you're going to be going, okay, what's next? And it's like how a lot of us have been sucked into having these political conversations when that's not what we wanted to do. Like this page, this channel, this whatever was not made for political reading. It wasn't even made for spiritual card reading. It was made for me to be helping people with their personal growth, and especially like women. And I don't have time to talk about that just yet. However, I'm still in the background being open to where life is taking me. In January, I didn't even own a deck. In March, I didn't own a deck. in April, I got my first one. I didn't do any lives until June. And those lives were pathetic. I looked at one. I was like, ooh. You know? And I wasn't doing them consistently either. They would take me 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 hours before I can hit the live button. So you got to be open to where life is going to take you. But at the same time, you still have to be willing to go where life takes you. Okay? And it's funny because this is supposed to be something negative, but it's not. Like, you got to be, I think at this point, for a lot of us, we've got to be a little more reckless. We've got to be a little bit more careless. We've got to be a lot more foolish. We got to do things that people say can't be done. And do it. We got to stop trying to be in the box and check the list. Because guess what? That has not worked out for us. Like, a lot of us, it didn't. Maybe a little bit of success. Maybe a boring marriage. I don't know. But life is worth living. And you shouldn't wait too long to live it. Okay. It's not just her divine feminine. It's the start of all divine feminines. Yes, to save our futures. Exactly. Right. Even on the weekends I'm here. I have to validate my sanity by finding these communities. Abso-freaking-lutely. Listen, I never even Googled a tarot reader on YouTube until this junk happened. I didn't even know they were there. Okay. Speaking of Democrats who frustrate you, let's get to Jeffries.